Ever wondered why saying, "I'm sorry" sounds simple, until it's your turn to say it? Have you ever noticed how some people can apologize instantly, while others act like the word, "sorry," might burn their tongue? Why is it that one person writes a 3-page text message filled with emotions, and another just shrugs and says, "My bad," like it never happened? Well, the stars might have a lot to do with it. In today's video, we're diving deep into how each zodiac sign apologizes, or doesn't. From the fiery passion of Aries to the emotional depths of Scorpio. Get ready, because this one's going to be equal parts funny, revealing, and brutally honest. We'll be exploring this using the Insights Discovery System color-coding format. So, for distinct energies, for ways of saying, "I'm sorry," let's start with the ones who think they're always right. Part 1. Fiery Reds, Fire Signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The fire signs. The bold, passionate, headstrong trio. When these signs apologize, they don't really apologize, they declare their apology like a speech at a royal event. Aries. Aries are direct, impulsive, and honest to a fault. They don't hold grudges, but they also don't dwell on mistakes. How they apologize. They'll probably say something like, "Okay, fine, I overreacted, but you know how I am." It's not that Aries doesn't care, they just move so fast emotionally that they forget you might still be hurting. How to deal with them. Let them cool down before discussing the issue. Aries will respect honesty and brevity. Don't guilt-trip them, just be clear about your feelings. Leo. Leos love with intensity and pride. And pride is exactly what makes their apology complicated. When Leo says, "I'm sorry," it's usually followed by, "But you have to admit I had a point." They hate feeling small or embarrassed, so their apologies often come through grand gestures. Think flowers, gifts, or dramatic love notes. How to deal. Appreciate the effort. They apologize with actions more than words, so if they show up, they mean it. Sagittarius. The philosopher of the fire signs, brutally honest, but not always emotionally tuned in. Their apology might sound like, "I didn't mean to hurt you, I was just being honest." To Sag, intentions matter more than impact. How to deal. Tell them how their words landed, not what they meant. They'll listen if they see it as a lesson, not a lecture. Fire signs apologize like warriors. Quick, passionate, and sometimes dramatic. But underneath all that, they do care deeply. Part 2. Sunshine Yellows, Air Signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now we float into the air signs, the thinkers, the communicators, the ones who can talk their way out of almost anything. Gemini, curious, witty, and adaptable, but when it comes to apologizing, they can sometimes overtalk the apology. How they apologize. They'll probably send a paragraph, a meme, a follow-up text, and then call you to explain their side. You'll get dizzy halfway through, wondering, wait, did they actually say sorry? How to deal. Focus on intent, not delivery. Geminis are genuinely remorseful. They just express it through words and humor rather than emotional depth. Libra. Oh, Libra, the diplomat of the Zodiac. They hate conflict more than missing a brunch reservation. They'll apologize even when they're not wrong, just to restore peace. How they apologize. You'll hear, "I'm sorry if what I said upset you," even when you know they did nothing wrong. Their apologies can sometimes feel surface level, but it's their way of keeping harmony. How to deal. Encourage Libra to express their feelings too. They often suppress how they truly feel to make others comfortable. Aquarius. The most emotionally detached sign when it comes to conflict. They intellectualize everything, so their apology sounds more like a TED Talk than a confession. They'll say something like, "After reflecting on our dynamic, I can see where my communication style could have been misinterpreted." How to deal. Don't expect warmth, expect honesty. Aquarius apologizes by showing understanding, not emotion. Air signs are like smooth talkers. Their apologies are clever, communicative, and sometimes detached. But they always mean well, they just struggle to feel as much as they think. Part 3. Earth Greens, Earth Signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now, let's get practical. The earth signs. They don't waste words, and their apologies are more about proof than promises. Taurus. Loyal, patient, and stubborn. Very, very stubborn. A Taurus will rarely admit they're wrong, but they'll start acting right again without saying a word. How they apologize? By showing up, cooking your favorite meal, or fixing what went wrong. How to deal? Recognize their actions as their "I'm sorry." When a Taurus humbles themselves enough to apologize, it's genuine. Virgo. Detail-oriented and perfectionistic. Virgo hates making mistakes, so apologizing feels like failure. Their apology sounds like, "I know I hurt you, and I've thought about 10 ways to make sure it never happens again." How to deal? Acknowledge their effort. They'll overthink the situation, so reassure them that you appreciate their sincerity. Capricorn. Capricorns view apologies like business transactions. They'll only issue one if they believe it's truly earned. When they do, it's concise and responsible. "I should have handled that differently. I'll do better." How to deal? Respect their accountability. They may not say much, but they'll always act on it. Earth signs apologize with actions, not emotions. To them, fixing the issue is the apology. Part 4. Cool Blues Water Signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Now we dive deep into the ocean, the water signs. Emotional, intuitive, and complex. These are the ones who feel their apologies more than they say them. Cancer. Sensitive and nurturing. Cancer hates the idea of having hurt someone. When they apologize, it's full of emotion. "I never wanted to make you feel that way." They might cry mid-sentence. How to deal? Give them reassurance. They'll carry guilt longer than anyone else. Pisces. Empathetic, imaginative, and emotional. Pisces apologizes through gestures, music, or heartfelt words. But sometimes they avoid direct confrontation, leaving an "I'm sorry" in a long message or voice note. How to deal? Encourage open conversation. Pisces wants peace, but needs emotional safety to express themselves. Scorpio. Deep, intense, and proud. Scorpio struggles with vulnerability. They'll only apologize when they've processed everything, but when they do, it's sincere and transformative. Their "I'm sorry" sounds like, "I see how I hurt you, and I won't do that again." How to deal? Be patient. Don't push them to talk until they're ready. Their silence doesn't mean indifference, it means processing. Water signs apologize with their hearts. You'll feel it before you even hear it. So, how each zodiac sign apologizes says a lot about how they love, how they connect, and how they grow. Whether it's fiery pride, airy logic, earthy effort, or watery emotion. Every sign teaches us something different about humility and healing. The key takeaway? Don't just listen for "I'm sorry." Watch how people show it, because sometimes love speaks louder than words ever could. If you love this deep dive into zodiac behaviors, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And if you want to understand yourself and your relationships on a whole new level, grab a copy of the Happy Nest Manual, available exclusively on Patreon via the link in our bio. Until next time, stay self-aware, stay kind, and stay cosmic.